Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. We have gathered once again, this time in Athens, Greece, to proclaim that our countries belong to our nations. It is an honor to represent the brotherhood of academists in a country that has formed the basis for civilization as we know it. I'd like to thank our Greek brothers for extending an invitation. As Russian nationalists, we take close to heart the themes of this forum, aptly named The World Beyond the Illusion of Ideologies. This title resonates with us since we must move to a world beyond the left versus right divide. We simply all want what is best for our nations. This is why electronic dictatorship or digital ID is a key instrument of the globalists in their New World Order, and this is something we must expose. In Russia, we have a term for this system of surveillance and control. We call it the digital gulag. It's made up of personal ID numbers and electronic ID cards, and it's fired by cameras everywhere, and it's something that will be sold to us as a convenience, something that helps keep us safe and improve the quality of life. But let us not be fooled. These are actually tools for control over us. Imagine a world where every purchase you make, every train ride you take, every word you say is tracked, stored on a server, and weaponized against you. This already exists in China with the social credit system, which pushes dissidents into homelessness. The EU is closest to replicating it with digital identity initiatives, including biometric IDs, like here in Greece. More and more countries are adopting these measures, often without public consent or debate. We must educate the masses about the dangers of these systems before it's too late and before we end up living in the digital gulag. Another illusion that has been sold to the masses is the manufactured anti-Russian hysteria, which poisons international relations. The conflict in Ukraine has been used by the West in order to tarnish Russia's reputation, while propping up Ukraine's. But what is Ukraine? Now, it's a country that's practically owned by BlackRock, the American Zionist Corporation, which now owns huge amounts of farmland in Ukraine and has secured massive contracts for rebuilding the country. Let us not forget the corruption. The EU has funneled over 167 billion euros to Ukraine since 2022, money that has gone unaccounted for, while Europeans foot this bill. Let us not forget that diplomacy is the root of all peace, which we must strive towards. This is why we must continue dialogue. Turning to the financial realm, we must confront the dictatorship of the banks and their orchestrated economic destruction of our countries, which enslaves our nations through debt. Central banks are not controlled by governments. They handle fiat currency, which is just paper or digital currency with no real backing, like gold or anything of value. This setup lets them print as much money as they want, whenever they want, which only boosts the wealth of the super wealthy elite. Practically, how do we avoid becoming victims of this system where money is not real? For starters, rejecting the use of debit and credit cards and instead using physical money. After all, cash prevails. As for savings, real estate can provide stability, and precious metals like gold and silver, which have been used for millennia, can serve as valuable storage. Finally, we must confront the engineer mass migration that is used to replace the ethnic white people of Europe. An estimate suggests that in the past 10 years, from 2014 to 2024, around 31 million migrants entered the European Union. Shocking number. 31 million. More alarmingly is the result of this uncontrolled migration. Over the past 10 years, an estimated 700,000 rapes have been reported across the European Union. Last year, over 70,000 rapes occurred in the United Kingdom. The solution is clear. The immediate closure of immigration gates and the initiation of mass deportations. Europe must reclaim its borders, prioritize its citizens, and preserve its culture. Anything less invites destruction. In conclusion, we've dismantled the illusions plaguing our world, from digital gulags to the anti-Russian paranoia which divides us, and, of course, the banking elite's economic warfare. And finally, the mass migration assault. We must speak loud and clear about these issues, utilizing social media, and we must continue building communities that are informed and ready to act. Christ is King. Thank you.